All right, let us consider the properties of matter. The word properties here actually mean the behaviors. And then we can call it the qualities of matter or features of matter. What are the things that matter can display or demonstrate? So that is what we mean by properties here. So now, generally, all matters can display two kinds of properties. So it means there are two basic types of properties, which are physical properties and chemical properties. So these are the two major types of properties. So everything is grouped under these two. It means it can be physical or it can be chemical. So now let's look at each one of them. What do we mean by physical properties? Now, physical properties are qualities that can be determined at any time on the same substance. What do we mean by this? We simply mean that those qualities that a substance will possess, those qualities that we can easily observe, so they don't usually change all of a sudden. And even if they change, we can regain them back. They can just bring about temporary change. So they will not change permanently. Those kind of qualities are known as physical properties. So we can easily observe them either by our sense organs. Something that if you look at a particular substance, you will quickly see it before it even reacts with something else. So you will easily see it. Such substances are called physical properties. They are usually associated with physical change. So those kind of change that they are not permanent change, such that no new substance will be formed. They will not entirely change to new substance. So we have many of such qualities. So a good example of such properties is color. So color is one of those physical properties. If you look at anything, one of the first things we observe about that thing is color. For instance, if you look at sugar, you see that sugar is always white in color. That's the first thing you will observe before you even know the taste or anything. Even that taste too. Taste is also one of physical properties. So, and we have odor. That is how something smells. So odor is also one of those physical properties. We have many other ones. I will list them out now. So all of these are examples of physical properties. We have density, we have melting point, we have boiling point, we have solubility, we have physical state. What do I mean by physical state? That means it is whether the substance is a solid, liquid, or gas. So that's physical state. Then we have height. Height is another thing that we can easily observe in a substance, and we can determine it at any time. Then it's not until we bring that substance and react it with another substance before knowing the height of that substance. So all of these are physical properties. We have weight, we have mass, we have width, we have thickness, etc. All of these properties mentioned, they are usually determined in every substance without that substance reacting with another substance before we can get them. We can easily get them by either taking measurements or even by ordinary observation. We know the color, we know taste, we know odor, etc. These properties are common physical properties. So now let us go to chemical properties. Now, chemical properties are those properties that are observed when a substance undergoes permanent change or when the substance reacts with another substance. So now, such properties cannot be easily observed unless if that substance has completely changed. That is, it will have led to a new substance, entirely new substance, before we can see that. And this new substance cannot be reversed back to the original substance. So it is always accompanied by chemical change, that is permanent change. How do I mean? I mean chemical properties are always associated with chemical change. For example, when you burn or when you light up a matchstick, so when you light up a matchstick, you know it will burn. So that matchstick will burn, and at the end of the day, it will burn once and for all, and it will produce charcoal and also produce smoke and produce light and heat. So, and the end product, which is charcoal, cannot be reversed back to the original matchstick. So it means burning, which is also known as combustion, is a chemical process. So we can say that a good example of chemical property is combustion. So now consider a matchstick that is burning. So burning is combustion. That is when something burns in the presence of oxygen, that's combustion. Now watch the end product of matchstick that's burned. So this is a chemical process. It cannot return back to the original matchstick. That is the fresh matchstick, which is this. So we can't regain this back because this charcoal can no longer return back to this because it's a chemical process. So combustion is a chemical property. Now, another chemical property or chemical process is rusting. When iron rusts, we cannot regain the original iron rust. We cannot regain the original iron again. So the iron rust will come with a new property entirely. So it becomes a new substance entirely. So it has permanently changed. So that means rusting is also a chemical process. So this iron rust has permanently changed. Look at a picture of iron rust. So this can no longer return back to the original iron. And this always happens when iron is exposed to the atmosphere through the action of water and sun. This will later, after some time, although it may not be a fast process, it may take longer time. So it will later become iron rust, which can no longer return back to the original iron. Then decomposition is another chemical process. Decomposition. For instance, if we eat food, the food will undergo digestive process. So it will undergo digestion. And the digested food can no longer return back to the original food. So look at the diagram of digested food in the belly of this man. So this digested food can no longer become the original food. So after some time, it will be passed out of the human body through the anus, and that's what we call the feces. So the feces can no longer become the original food that we ate. So another thing is dead organisms, like dead rats or dead plants or leaf that has decayed. So all of this, they will later undergo decay or decomposition. It can no longer retain the original organism. Watch the picture of a dead. You'll see the picture of a dead rat here. This dead rat can no matter what, it can no longer become the fresh original rat. So because it has undergone a chemical process that cannot be reversed. So it means decomposition or decay is also a chemical process. So in short, chemical properties has to do with chemical change. Thank you very much for viewing this. God bless you.